From a Peter Griffin outfit that was cancelled to a Disney collaboration with concept art entirely leaked, cancelled skins are something that plague Fortnite. There's dozens, so today we're covering every cancelled skin there is, and yes, we're gonna get to the insane different version of Peter Griffin's entire set which was meant to be added, but before that we have to touch on his #1 enemy, the giant chicken. This skin's known for his massive hitbox, but did you know he was also meant to have this look wearing a helmet and a strap adorned with chicken eggs? His final pickaxe also ended up being 2 drumsticks, but it was meant to have an alternate version as a violin, referencing this scene from Family Guy. We'll get to Peter Griffin himself's insane changes shortly, but before that we need to talk about another collab that had been in the works for a very long time. Donald Mustard had made a teaser about the character Tyler Rake from the film Extraction joining the world of Fortnite. Not long after, a body for the skin was found in the files, meaning Epic was actively working on it, but due to unknown reasons they ended up cancelling the collab altogether, meaning we'll never truly know who wins between Tyler and John Wick. But hey, if Epic waited 4 years to add Peter Griffin, anything's possible. Speaking of Peter Griffin, due to him, a lot of Chapter 5 looked way different before it released in-game. At first, Snooty Steps was originally themed around potassious peels, but that quickly changed once Epic and Disney doubled down on Peter being part of that season's Battle Pass. Even the key art for Chapter 5 looked different, with many skins having different placement and different poses or even appearances. In this, Vengeance Jones doesn't have his iconic beard, which means it must have been a last-minute decision to give him one. For now, you might remember the Raptor remix skin that was once spotted in the skin survey, and this is how the skin got cancelled. Initially, we thought he was going to be a part of Season OG's past, but that ended up not being the case, leaving many disappointed. That was until the very next season, where in Chapter 5 Season 1, the skin made a brief appearance inside of a short trailer showcasing an emote. It was unexpected that Fortnite straight up leaked a skin that hadn't even been made into the game's files yet, and even after all this time, it's still nowhere to be found, making it clear that Epic actually forgot about it. There is, however, another skin that appeared in an emote trailer, and it's Catalina, who has a similar case to Raptor's remix. Despite their similarity, Catalina's been added to the files alongside her entire set, but this happened in Chapter 5 Season 2. Ever since her video teaser, she hasn't appeared either, and it's one of the most wanted skins inside the community, so we'll see if Epic decides to release her or not. The curse of skins shown in trailers not being released doesn't even end there, because there's a skin shown in a trailer that was never released and no one remembered. In the Fortnite X Destiny trailer, there's tons of Easter eggs and references to both games, but if you look very closely in the background, you'll spot the Moss Knight. This skin belonged to a pack called Moss Legends that would also feature Moss versions of Bright Bomber and Omega, but got entirely scrapped by Epic even though they'd been working on that pack for a long time. That's nothing compared to the Peter Griffin style that was entirely removed, which we'll touch on soon, but there's another unfinished collab that we have to talk about first, and that's the Formula 1 collab. That's right, because an entire collaboration with Formula 1 was planned right before the release of Chapter 5 for racing, but was scrapped. The set would include Fortnite original characters with Formula 1 inspired outfits that you could customize, and we could assume this would have been for Rocket Racing's launch, but it didn't make it in-game. The skins are still in the files, so who knows, we could see them arrive alongside actual Formula 1 cars as a part of Rocket Racing's future updates. A similar fate shares the unreleased PS Plus exclusive skin, which was leaked through a promotion that Epic entirely forgot about. I'm talking about the blue Shadow Op skin, which was meant to be a reward for PlayStation users with a PS Plus subscription, but Epic had different plans for her. Regretting the choice to grant her as a PlayStation exclusive cosmetic, they changed her appearance by inverting the blue colors to red and ended up giving it as a style to the original Shadow Op skin around the time the World Cup was happening. And there's just another skin that was leaked through a promotion, this time seen in a Creative Maps key art, and it never made it despite popular demand. This skin is none other than Sergeant Green Clover's male counterpart, which was entirely finished and to this day remains unreleased. What caused them to have scrapped this skin is unknown, but since it's been almost 5 years, it's safe to say this belongs to Fortnite's lost media. Before that though, we have to touch on Fortnite's most controversial skins to ever exist, forcing Epic to scrap entire sets. You might remember during last year's Rainbow Royale celebration, Epic had planned a skin that was called Harmony Lee that was a concept by one of the community's artists. But due to a series of allegations towards the artist, and in order to completely avoid controversy, Epic banned the skin to the point where in the first update of Chapter 5, they removed it from the game's files entirely. It did just get a Lego style though, so we'll see what happens. But now for Peter, because in a massive leak from Disney showing some collabs with Epic, people discovered Peter Griffin was supposed to have a very different skin compared to what we got in-game. Peter's first concept outfit was identical to the show and not a muscular one, with his military look as a style, referencing the iconic meme of him destroying a barn over and over, and here's exactly how he was meant to look. Not only that, but he was also originally supposed to release during Chapter 2 Season 5 as a hunter to save the 0 point, but his skin was scrapped, so Epic and Disney had to redo it all over again for Peter to release in Chapter 5. The set originally also looked very different, with a crocodile as his pickaxe, a reference to his fight with the giant chicken, and a cardboard cutout of himself as the glider. Instead, instead of the Peter copter. But this is nothing compared to the canceled Die Hard collaboration for Christmas, which we have official images of saved for the very end of the video, so like and subscribe and let's get there. Because in other instances, skins that have been leaked have never been released. The Grim Horizon set bundle was originally added in the game's files in Chapter 4 Season 1 and has remained there ever since with no updates. This is one of the few times it's entirely unclear why Epic scrapped a perfectly fine set, but I guess that's not for us to know. Just like a long-awaited skin that after years recently received support for LEGO Fortnite and could potentially make its way back to the game. A while back there was a big leak about Fortnite's first iteration of the Fortnite crew, but back then it was known as the Annual Pass. Purchasing the Annual Pass would reward you with 3 skins, one of them being Brilliant Bomber. While the other 2 eventually made it to the game, Brilliant Bomber was the exception. Ever since, many theories have been made about when she'll be released, but after she received a LEGO style in Chapter 5 Season 2, fans are convinced she's very close to her actual release. The Elite Archetype skin was originally planned as a reward for Chapter 5's Winterfest, and his glider was a reward as well. However, Epic didn't release the skin, and many thought the reason was that they were saving him as a reward for their mega sale at the Epic Games Store. But to the surprise of many, that didn't happen either, and now we're left wondering when Epic is planning to release this, if ever. Someone we know Epic doesn't plan to release at all is Iconic's alter ego. Let me explain. Originally, Iconic looked extremely different, and he was called K-pop. The skin never actually had a model when it got leaked, only shop assets, and was quickly removed from the game's files just a little while after it initially was added in Chapter 1 Season 5. In later seasons, the skin got redesigned to become known as the Iconic as a Samsung exclusive, but K-pop also got added in a way. After a concept skin by an artist inspired the original appearance of the skin, Epic decided to add it, so that's the closest thing we have to the K-pop skin in-game. Only few remember the 2 skins that were added around Chapter 5 Season 1's end. Both have been waiting in the files ever since. Melody Mars and Cord Kaylee are both music themed skins and went by unnoticed when they were added into the game's files. Some theorize those 2 are going to be a starter pack for Fortnite Festival, but it's been way too long and it is not looking good. It isn't looking good for AIM's remix skin either, which was advertised as the loot bot players would have in Chapter 2 Season 1, but Epic for some reason quickly regretted that idea and didn't even bother to grant this as a style to the original owners of AIM, let alone make it a separate skin. And now let's talk about the Die Hard collab, which is miles better than the remixes. Yes, because instead of remixes, Epic also enjoys selling recolored versions of skins, but they even have their limits. They once planned to release a bunch of different Jonesy skins with different colored suits as a part of the Imposters LTM, but due to allegations of them copying everything from Among Us, they decided not to proceed with the idea. Another great example of recolors that we got cancelled was Brute Gunner, that we do have in game, however missing one style. In Season X, he was supposed to come out with 2 styles, his regular black and a silver one, which looks insanely cool, but it's likely that due to controversy around the mechs in game, Epic didn't want to rub salt into the wound and ended up scrapping any content that had to do with them. And finally, you've been waiting for it. What shocked everyone in the massive Disney leak was official images of a skin from a collab that we've yet to see. Yes, we got confirmation that a previously teased collab was actually in the works before the project was abandoned. To give context though, this collab was Die Hard, and it all began when in a leaked document during the Apple vs Epic trial, John McClane was spotted as one of the collabs Fortnite was considering. A bit after, Donald Mustard, the game's previous chief creative officer, also made a cryptic tweet teasing Fortnite x Die Hard, but we never saw it happen. But now we have what the skin would have looked like, and it's filled with little references from the film, like his iconic glider and his weapon taped to his back as his back bling. You can also spot styles and even a pickaxe. That's all. Like and subscribe for more.